Do you have a faulty map of reality? Do you know what the map of reality is? All right, here it is. So a map of reality is basically your brain's subconscious programming settings of how your life evolves. The map of reality is what your subconscious decodes along with your conscious mind. So when we have a map of reality, it's based on our perceptions, and our perceptions interact with our subconscious mind, and hence it creates reality through what's known as the law of attraction. Many of us have faulty maps of reality. How can you tell when you have a faulty map of reality? Well, there are some very key points in science, and I'm going to go over a few of them right now to show you if you have a faulty map of reality and what steps you can take to change it. Because it comes down to this. Our reality is created through our subconscious desires and beliefs, along with our conscious intentions and thoughts. Let me repeat that because it's very important. Our reality is created primarily through our subconscious desires and beliefs, and primarily through our conscious intentions and thoughts. When we consciously choose something, a thought that resonates, and we put an intention to it, and then our subconscious mind desires it and then believes it, that's what you call alignment, and that creates your map of reality. However, we have faulty maps of reality. So here are some signs you have a faulty map of reality. Are you constantly not getting what you want? There you have a faulty map of reality. Are you struggling up and down to get what you desire? You have a faulty map of reality. If you don't have the things you're desiring, if you're not where you want to be in your life, whether it be health, happiness, financially, it's a clear indication that you have a faulty map of reality. So how does it work? How can I fix it? Well, in order to understand it, we have to take a trip in how the mind works, how your thoughts vibrate, how they create resonance, how they create what we call proportionately targets in what we call reality. Okay, so let's begin. So a map of reality, it's basically when you're walking around and all your friends and family members, it's like look at everybody as if they're wearing a different pair of sunglasses. You may have a blue one, he may have a red one, she may have a green one. That's because each individual have their own maps of reality. So your map of reality is your subconscious mind basically saying, this is how I see the world, and this is how I see things to be. So for example, if you find it difficult to create a business, to maybe make more money, to just be more happy, what's happening here is your subconscious mind is actually filtering out those opportunities that can help you to get what you want. Hence, you're meeting resistance and you're not getting what you want. See, the trick about your mind is this. Your mind works with filtering, and the mind works with familiarity. In other words, even if something is unhealthy for you, your mind will go to it because it's a safe house. This explains why individuals experience traumatic events with maybe negative relationships, or they keep going back and self-sabotaging themselves. Consciously they know, hey, this is not good for me, but subconsciously they're still drawn to that event or that circumstance because they feel safe. The mind feels common, or the mind feels that this is a routine, it's familiar. Familiarity creates safeness to the mind. Keyword, familiarity. Doesn't mean good or bad, it just means familiarity. So that means even something that's bad, your mind will look to it as safety. Even if you know it's bad, your mind will still do it. That may explain why some individuals say, man, I know better, but I keep doing bad. Well, you're experiencing your faulty map of reality. So to change it, you have to start to become aware of it. That's number one. And then you have to take steps to change your perception. So when you were a child or a baby growing up, you are in what's known as the imprint stage. The imprint stage is maybe from 2 to 6 years old. That's where all information would flow into the mind, and it would have no filter. It was unfiltered. Therefore, you just took information in and you start to puzzle it together and you create your map of reality. But over time, as you grow up, information started to become filtered because of certain experience to protect you. Maybe if you're in a bad relationship, Now you get this filter and you move away, so you have difficulty trusting people. So now your mind says everyone is bad, I can't trust everyone. You lose an opportunity to meet the right person. Maybe you had a bad experience with a business deal, it went wrong, you lost a lot of money. Now you have a map of reality. Now you're very cautious. Now your map will filter out opportunities that may help you, because now you're looking for safe house and you miss opportunities. Hence, you may make the same mistakes. So you got to understand how powerful that is. So to change the map of reality, you have to start to do the opposite. Instead of focusing on what you don't want, you have to start to focus on what you do want. You see, for example, failure. A lot of individuals, what they do is they always think, I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. I can't fail. So what are they doing? They're still thinking and focusing on failure. The thing that they don't want, they're attracting, because that's where your attention is. So instead of thinking, I don't want to fail, I don't want to fail, why don't you start thinking, how can I succeed? Why am I succeeding? How can I become successful? You see, now your energy shift and the polarity in your cells change. Another thing about our maps of reality, they are controlled by our subconscious or the emotional mind. They can override us, because a faulty map of reality holds you back through the polarity of your cells. What do I mean by that? Well, when you experience trauma, drama, or anxiety, your cells react with putting out different chemicals. It changes the polarity, and this will cripple you by making you feel worry, fear, or doubt. That's an indication that you're held captive by your subconscious or the faulty map of reality. So the key component to change your map of reality is to become aware of it, number one, and to start to deliberately use your mind to focus on what you want. Now you will start to open the filters that were there. You start to unplug those filters, and now the opportunities that you were looking for or you missed, they start to appear in your life now, because now you don't have that filtered map of reality now. So this is very crucial for individuals to understand. So many of us, we go around in our daily lives and we keep repeating the same habits, and we keep encountering the same people, the same situations. Now you may know why, because your map is faulty. You see, the way reality works and the way we see things is through perceptions, and I call it grid scale. It's all through information and pictures and images. So your brain will see it and map it out, and it puts forth your reality. Your subconscious interacts with that view, and it becomes your daily life and your habits. So it's very simple to change your map of reality. Now, what you want to keep in mind now is that your ego will create resistance. Your ego doesn't like your map to change your map of reality. So your ego will fight you. How will it fight you? Well, it will use the tools of the trade, which are anxiousness, anxiety, fear, doubt, and worry. So your ego likes to keep things status quo. It likes to play it safe. As I said, remember what I said earlier, the mind loves familiarity, even if it's not good or bad. It just loves familiarity. So if you experience emotional things over and over, something bad, your mind will love to hold on to that, because it says this is a way to keep you safe. So your ego will prevent you. So how do you fix and counter your ego? You fix and counter the ego, again, by having the awareness to know that, oh, this is my ego. So my ego wants to protect me. So what do? I must speak to it in a calm manner and let it know everything is okay, and that I am focusing only on what I want. Because the key is, you want to change your familiarity. You want to create a new familiarity. You want to create a positive familiarity. That positive familiarity will now change your vibrational pattern. The resonance and the polarity in your cells now will change, and they'll change their particles to a new attraction point or a new vibrational pattern. This now creates your new map of reality, and with your new map of reality, you can take a big change to make your life better. So your mind works in affirmation or in coordination with how the universe is set up. So the universe has rules. There are rules to this game, just like everything in life. And one of the rules in the universe states that it's your perception to what you believe that will create the circumstances, the events, and people to form your reality. All right? It's your perception. So your mind can literally see something, and then if it starts to believe it, it's only going to filter information to accordingly create that reality. That's a brilliant design. Why is that a brilliant design? Well, because it's literally saying that I can choose to think of anything that I want or anything that makes me feel good, and my map of reality or my brain will start to filter or coordinate my reality to accomplish these things. So if I start thinking about success, I was thinking more happiness, more health, more wealth, my physical reality will start to match it. Isn't that amazing? That's the power you have to deliberately create a new map of reality.